Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we explore one such coin that has captured the imagination of collectors everywhere, the 1970 United States quarter dollar. This ordinary-looking piece of American currency hides a story filled with history, mystery, and unexpected value, and by the end of this video, you may find yourself checking every old coin you have. The 1970 quarter might seem like just another everyday coin, but behind its plain appearance lies a fascinating chapter in American minting history. Coins from the late 1960s and early 1970s came during a time of transition, experimentation, and production challenges. The United States Mint was shifting materials, adjusting minting technology, and producing massive amounts of circulating currency to keep up with the growing economy. Because of these changes, unique variations and rare minting anomalies occurred, some of which today are worth incredible amounts of money. One of the reasons the 1970 quarter is so intriguing is its placement in a decade of major transformation. The country had recently moved away from silver coinage in circulation, switching to a copper-nickel-clad composition that changed both the look and feel of American coins. During this adjustment period, many experimental strikes and unusual minting practices occurred, making the early 1970s coins particularly interesting to collectors around the world. As economic and political events continued shaping the nation, the U.S. Mint faced enormous pressure to produce coins quickly and consistently. But high-volume production often increases the likelihood of small mistakes slipping through. For collectors, these small mistakes become treasures, and the 1970 quarter is a perfect example of how minting variations can turn a simple coin into something extraordinary. When people first hear that a 1970 quarter can be valuable, they often think it must be because it contains silver. However, the truth is far more interesting. Certain 1970 quarters display rare features, printing anomalies, or striking errors that dramatically increase their desirability. These features turn a coin that originally held a value of just 25 cents into an object of tremendous worth for dedicated collectors. One of the most famous reasons collectors are drawn to the 1970 quarter is the existence of extremely rare minting mistakes tied to misprints from foreign coin blanks and proof sets. These unexpected errors do not occur often, and that scarcity adds incredible value. A typical quarter from 1970 may not stand out, but a rare variation with unusual characteristics becomes a prized possession in the numismatic world, even without errors. The 1970 quarter comes from a period with strong collector interest. As more people explore coin collecting as a hobby, older coins gain attention simply because pristine examples become harder to find. Coins that have been lost, damaged, or heavily circulated reduce the number of high-quality pieces remaining, which naturally increases the value of those in excellent condition. Collectors around the world take special interest in coins that combine history with rarity, and the 1970 quarter embodies both. For some, it is a reminder of America in the early 1970s, a time of cultural change, technological progress, and shifting economic landscapes. For others, it represents the thrill of discovering something unusual, a hidden treasure waiting to be identified. Another factor that makes this quarter fascinating is its association with proof sets. Proof coins, unlike regular circulation coins, are struck with exceptional detail and clarity. When a proof coin contains an error or rare variation, the rarity becomes even more extraordinary. These mistakes are not only unusual, but incredibly sought after. Thousands of collectors dedicate hours every week examining coins closely, searching for the slightest hint of a valuable variation. The 1970 quarter has given many collectors hope because it proves that rare treasures can still be found unexpectedly in old change jars, estate collections, and inherited boxes of coins. For new collectors, the 1970 quarter serves as an important lesson about paying attention to the details. A coin may appear ordinary at first glance, but small features like mint marks, dates, alignment, and print anomalies can transform its value dramatically. Even tiny differences invisible to the untrained eye can make all the difference in determining rarity. The U.S. Mint's Denver and Philadelphia facilities both produced large numbers of quarters in 1970. But not all of these coins were identical. Subtle variations between minting locations, production techniques, and die conditions created several interesting differences that collectors continue to study and categorize today. In addition to mint location differences, wear and tear also play a major role in determining a coin's worth. A 1970 quarter in pristine, well-preserved condition is far more desirable than one that has been heavily used. Over decades, many coins become scratched, worn, or damaged, and this only increases the value of those that remain in excellent shape. What truly makes the 1970 quarter special is not just its age, but the unique combination of scarcity, collector demand, and historical intrigue. People love a good mystery, and the story behind these rare quarters offers exactly that: a blend of rarity, accidental creation, and unexpected discovery. Collectors appreciate that the 1970 quarter can still surprise people today. While many assume all valuable coins must come from centuries past, this quarter proves that even modern coins can carry extraordinary worth under the right circumstances. Its story continues to inspire new hobbyists and seasoned professionals alike. Many collectors describe the thrill of finding a rare variation of the 1970 quarter as unforgettable. It reminds people that treasure can be found in the most ordinary places. A forgotten jar of coins or a drawer that hasn't been opened in years might hold a piece worth far more than expected. As people learn more about rare coins, the popularity of the 1970 quarter continues to grow. Auctions, collector forums, and numismatic experts regularly discuss its variations, ensuring that its reputation as a fascinating and potentially valuable coin remains strong. Every year, new collectors enter the world of numismatics, hoping to discover a rare coin that could change their lives. The 1970 quarter stands out as one of those coins capable of capturing the imagination of anyone who learns about its potential. So, if you still have old coins tucked away somewhere, now is the perfect time to take a closer look. You might just uncover a hidden treasure, something that appears simple but holds remarkable value beneath its surface. And now, to the question everyone has been waiting for. How much can one of these rare and exceptional 1970 United States quarter-dollar coins be worth? The answer might astonish you, because a verified rare variation of this coin has been known to sell for as much as $65,000. Second rare coin. One such coin is the 1967 United States quarter dollar, a piece of American currency that has transformed from an everyday pocket coin into an unexpected treasure worth searching for. Today, we dive deep into the remarkable story behind this quarter and uncover why certain rare versions of it are commanding unbelievable prices in the collector market. The year 1967 was a time of change and transition in the United States Mint. After the removal of silver from circulating quarters in 1965, the nation was still adjusting to the new copper-nickel-clad coinage. This shift brought both challenges and opportunities, resulting in millions of coins produced with varying levels of quality and precision. Such conditions set the stage for rare minting anomalies that would later make the 1967 quarter one of the most intriguing modern coins in American numismatic history. During this period, the Mint also suspended the use of mint marks on coins to discourage hoarding. As a result, every 1967 quarter appears without a letter indicating where it was made, which makes identifying rare variations even more fascinating. Without mint marks, collectors must focus on other unique details that distinguish one coin from another, opening the door to an exciting world of discovery. The absence of mint marks also meant that all coins produced in 1967 share a uniform look, but not necessarily uniform characteristics. In fact, subtle differences in the striking process, planchet quality, and die were created a number of highly collectible variations. These differences, though small, can transform an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary find. One of the reasons the 1967 quarter has earned so much attention is the existence of rare errors produced during its minting. These errors were never intended to leave the mint, but a few slipped into circulation and eventually made their way into the hands of sharp-eyed collectors. Because such errors are so rare, the value of these coins rises dramatically when authenticated. Among the most desirable errors are double dies, off-center strikes, and dramatic planchet mistakes. A double die gives the letters or numbers on the coin a shadowed, doubled appearance, while off-center strikes create an unusual, eye-catching shift in the coin's imagery. Planchet errors, on the other hand, involve mistakes in the metal blank used to make the coin. These variations fascinate collectors because they are imperfect creations that survived against the odds. For many collectors, the thrill of the 1967 quarter lies in the possibility that an unsuspecting person may hold one without even realizing it. These coins often hide in plain sight in old jars, inherited collections, or forgotten cabinets, waiting to be recognized for their true value. This sense of mystery has made the search for rare 1967 quarters especially exciting. Beyond errors, the historical context of 1967 adds another layer of appeal. The United States was experiencing cultural, political, and economic shifts, and every coin from that year serves as a small reminder of an important chapter in American history. The quarter's design, unchanged despite the turbulent climate, became a symbol of continuity in a time of transformation. Collectors also appreciate the durability of the 1967 quarter. Its copper-nickel composition has stood the test of time, allowing well-preserved examples to survive decades of circulation. Coins that have retained their sharp details and original luster are significantly more valuable than those worn from heavy use. Another element that elevates the value of the 1967 quarter is the sheer dedication required to identify rare pieces. Unlike coins with special mint marks or obvious design changes, the valuable 1967 quarters must be examined closely. This challenge makes discovering one feel like solving a puzzle or uncovering a secret hidden within a simple piece of metal. As more people learn about the potential value of the 1967 quarter, interest in these coins has grown rapidly. Collectors of all experience levels are now paying closer attention to every quarter they come across, hoping to stumble upon the rare piece that could change everything. This heightened curiosity has turned the 1967 quarter into a hot topic within the numismatic community. Stories have emerged of collectors finding rare variants in unexpected places, reinforcing the idea that treasures still exist in everyday life. These unexpected discoveries inspire new collectors to join the hunt, keeping the excitement around the 1967 quarter alive and thriving. The longevity of this fascination comes from the perfect combination of rarity, history, and mystery. A coin does not need to be centuries old to be valuable. It only needs the right blend of unusual characteristics and collector demand. The 1967 quarter embodies this perfectly, proving that even a modern coin can hold exceptional worth. Many collectors view the search for rare coins as more than a hobby. It is a journey filled with anticipation and discovery. The 1967 quarter represents the heart of that journey, reminding collectors that extraordinary things are sometimes found in the most ordinary places. For new enthusiasts entering the world of coin collecting, the 1967 quarter is an excellent starting point. Its history is rich, its variations are intriguing, and its potential value makes it an exciting coin to study and pursue. Every detail counts, and every coin holds a story waiting to be told. As time goes on, the number of surviving rare 1967 quarters continues to shrink. Each year, coins are lost, damaged, or melted down, making those that remain in excellent condition even more precious. This natural decrease contributes to the increasing value of exceptional examples on the market. Collectors know that rarity and condition are two of the most important drivers of value. A rare 1967 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition will always command far more attention than one that shows the marks of heavy use. That is why proper storage and preservation matter so much for anyone hoping to protect their coin's true worth. After exploring the history, rarity, and excitement surrounding this remarkable coin, we arrive at the question every viewer wants answered. What is the highest known value that a rare 1967 United States quarter dollar can reach when all the right conditions align? The answer is astonishing. because a verified rare specimen of this coin has been known to sell for as much as $150,000. Third expensive coin. One of these hidden gems is the 1984 United States quarter dollar, a coin that millions of Americans used in everyday transactions without ever realizing that certain rare versions of it would one day gain massive attention in the collector community. Today, we explore the incredible story behind this quarter and reveal why rare examples of this coin have become some of the most sought-after modern collectibles. The year 1984 was a busy one for the Denver Mint. The United States was coming out of a recession, commerce was booming again, and millions of coins were being produced every single day to support the growing economy. With such high production numbers, quality control sometimes struggled to keep up. As a result, a small number of coins left the mint with unusual mistakes that would turn into priceless treasures decades later. The 1984 quarter is especially fascinating because this was a period when the mint was shifting equipment, refining its minting technology, and producing enormous quantities of circulating coins. In this industrial rush, rare varieties, misstrikes, and die flaws happened more often than expected. These tiny imperfections, invisible to most people at the time, have since become the main reason certain 1984 quarters have skyrocketed in value. Most people who held this quarter never even looked at it closely. They bought groceries with it, used it in vending machines, dropped it into parking meters, and let it roll around in their pockets without a second thought. But hidden among these ordinary coins were rare specimens with powerful collector appeal, coins that would later stun the numismatic world with their incredible worth. One of the most famous reasons collectors obsess over the 1984 quarter is the existence of dramatic minting errors. These include off-center strikes, double die obverse, die breaks, and even partially missing designs. These errors are incredibly rare, especially from the Denver Mint, which was generally known for high-quality production. When an error coin from this period surfaces, it immediately draws attention. For collectors, the most exciting part of the 1984 quarter is the hunt itself. This coin proves that treasure can still be found in circulation. Even today, people occasionally report discovering unusual 1984 quarters in old jars, inherited boxes, or forgotten drawers. This possibility keeps collectors of all ages searching through every coin they encounter, hoping to find that one special piece. The history of 1980s coin production also adds a layer of intrigue. The mint was working with older dies that were pushed to their limits to meet the overwhelming demand for coins. As dies wore down, they developed cracks, distortions, and alignment issues, many of which created the rare errors that collectors now prize. These flaws might have gone unnoticed in the chaotic minting environment of the time, but today they are golden clues for collectors. Another reason the 1984 quarter stands out is the strength of its design. Featuring George Washington on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, it represents the final years of the classic quarter design before the United States introduced state quarters in 1999. This makes coins from the 1980s historically significant. As part of the last chapter of the original Washington quarter era, collectors also pay close attention to the condition of 1984 quarters. Because these coins entered circulation immediately and were heavily used, examples in pristine, uncirculated condition are very hard to find. Where from decades of use dulls the details and reduces collector value, which is why high-grade examples are extremely rare and extremely valuable. The Denver Mint mark itself adds another layer of identity to the coin. Marked with a small d, these coins were produced in massive quantities, but only a tiny fraction carry the unique characteristics that make them worth serious money. Knowing this encourages collectors to inspect every detail carefully, because even the slightest anomaly can be the key to unlocking incredible value. Some of the rarest 1984 quarters show unusual doubling on the date, letters, or parts of Washington's profile. When this doubling is crisp and clearly visible, the coin becomes a prized possession. These double die errors are considered some of the most valuable modern minting mistakes, and collectors constantly search for them. Equally fascinating are off-center examples, which show the design shifted dramatically to one side. When an off-center strike is severe yet still shows a full date and mint mark, its value increases enormously. These coins offer a striking visual difference that even beginners can spot, making them exciting finds. The dramatic die cracks that appear on some 1984 D quarters also capture collectors' attention. These cracks create raised lines on the coin's surface, giving it a unique, almost lightning-like appearance. Some collectors refer to these as spider cracks or lightning cracks, and examples with bold, dramatic lines are especially desirable. As news spreads that some 1984 D quarters have sold for astonishing amounts. Interest in this coin continues to grow. More people are now searching their old collections, checking the change in their pockets, and hoping to find the next rare piece. The excitement surrounding this coin fuels curiosity and brings new collectors into the hobby every year. The 1984 D quarter has become a symbol of the thrill of discovery. It represents the idea that something ordinary can suddenly become extraordinary. A simple coin with a face value of just 25 cents can transform into a valuable treasure with the right combination of rarity, error, and condition. Collectors appreciate the mystery behind these rare coins because it adds a sense of adventure to their search. There is something magical about examining a coin and realizing it holds far more value than anyone ever imagined. This element of surprise keeps the 1984 D quarter at the center of many numismatic discussions. The growing interest in modern-era coins also helps elevate the status of the 1984 D quarter. Collectors now recognize that rare coins are not limited to ancient times or early American history. Even relatively new coins can be extremely valuable when they contain unusual minting characteristics that set them apart from millions of others. As each year passes, the number of high-quality rare 1984 D quarters decreases. Coins get lost, melted, damaged, or overlooked. This natural decline makes surviving rare specimens even more valuable, especially those preserved in exceptional condition. As we reach the end of this exploration, one question remains: how much can a rare 1984 United States quarter dollar actually be worth? The answer is astonishing, because a verified rare example of this coin has been known to sell for as much as $90,000. Especially, we take a deep dive into the fascinating story of this remarkable quarter and uncover why collectors from around the world are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for the rarest examples. The year 1965 marked a major turning point in American coinage history. This was the year the United States Mint transitioned from silver-based quarters to the copper-nickel-clad composition used today. Because of a nationwide coin shortage and rising silver prices, the government was forced to remove silver from circulating coins. As a result, 1965 quarters became the very first generation of non-silver Washington quarters, making them historically significant. During this chaotic transition, the mint was under immense pressure to produce millions of new coins quickly. With such a massive production demand, the minting process experienced unusual inconsistencies, unexpected errors, and rare anomalies that today are worth far more than their face value. These unintentional mistakes became the foundation of the 1965 quarter's surprising collector appeal. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1965 quarter is the existence of rare transitional errors. During the switch from silver to clad coinage, some coins were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These accidental strikes are among the rarest modern errors ever produced by the U.S. Mint, and they have become legendary within the numismatic community. Because these silver-struck 1965 quarters look nearly identical to their copper-nickel counterparts, they often went unnoticed for decades. Only keen collectors with experience weighing coins or testing metal composition were able to identify these rare pieces. The idea that a coin with a face value of 25 cents could secretly be a rare silver transitional error makes the search thrilling for collectors. Another reason the 1965 quarter stands out is the sheer volume of coins produced that year. To fight the shortage, the mint worked around the clock, striking more than 1 billion quarters. High production numbers might suggest that the coin is common, but in reality, it created the perfect conditions for minting errors to slip through unnoticed, making rare variations even more valuable today. Collectors love the mystery behind the 1965 quarter because it represents a historical moment of change. The shift away from silver was controversial, leading people to hoard earlier coins while ignoring the new ones. Little did anyone know that some of the new 1965 quarters would one day become far more valuable than the silver quarters they replaced. Some 1965 quarters show signs of striking anomalies, including off-center strikes, die cracks, weak strikes, and even partial collisions between dies. Each type of error has its own unique appearance, making these coins some of the most visually interesting modern errors ever created. When paired with the historical transition of that year, these mistakes become even more meaningful. Another fascinating feature of the 1965 quarter is its lack of a mint mark. Due to the coin shortage, the mint suspended the use of mint marks altogether from 1965 to 1967 to discourage people from hoarding coins. This absence means collectors cannot rely on mint marks to identify rare origin details. Instead, they must closely examine the coin's metal content, weight, condition, and unusual features. Condition also plays a critical role in determining the value of a 1965 quarter. Because these coins circulated heavily for decades, examples in pristine condition are extremely difficult to find. A well-preserved 1965 quarter with strong details and minimal wear becomes far more desirable, especially if it contains a rare minting error or transitional anomaly. Many collectors describe the hunt for a valuable 1965 quarter as exhilarating. The idea that rare silver transitional errors still exist in old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten storage boxes keeps people searching. The coin's mystery and potential make every discovery feel like opening a long-lost treasure chest. The 1965 quarter also serves as a symbol of how rapidly coinage can change. When people held these coins in their hands back in the 1960s, they had no idea that they were part of one of the most significant transitions in American currency history. Today, these coins are a reminder of a time when economic shifts reshaped everyday money. Collectors often share stories online about finding unusual 1965 quarters, and each discovery sparks renewed excitement. These stories inspire others to check their coins more carefully, hoping to uncover their own rare piece. This sense of community keeps interest in the 1965 quarter alive year after year. Even modern collectors who specialize in error coins regard the 1965 quarter as a must-study piece. Transitional errors are incredibly rare across all U.S. coin series, and the 1965 quarter stands among the most valuable of them all. Its combination of history, rarity, and mystery makes it a cornerstone of modern numismatics. Some of the most dramatic minting errors involve strikes on the wrong planchet. A 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet rather than a clad one weighs slightly more, making weight tests essential for identifying valuable examples. When such coins are authenticated, they instantly become highly prized artifacts of minting history. The more collectors learn about transitional errors, the more they appreciate the importance of the 1965 quarter. It is a coin that challenges expectations and proves that modern coins can carry astonishing value. Its story continues to captivate experienced collectors and newcomers alike. As time passes, the number of surviving rare 1965 error coins continues to shrink. Many have been lost, melted down, or damaged beyond recognition. This natural decline makes authenticated rare examples even more valuable and sought after in the collector market. The excitement surrounding this coin comes from the simple idea that anyone, anywhere, could still find one. A coin that circulated for decades holds the possibility of changing someone's life if it happens to be one of the rare transitional errors that slipped through the mint unnoticed. After exploring the history, rarity, and incredible mystery behind this fascinating coin, the final question remains: just how valuable can a rare 1965 United States quarter dollar be when all the right factors come together? The answer is astonishing, because a verified rare 1965 quarter has been known to sell for as much as $200,000. Last unique coin. One of the most surprising modern discoveries comes from the late 1990s, a time when most people assumed rare and valuable coins were a thing of the distant past. Yet the 1998 P United States quarter dollar has captured the attention of collectors everywhere, proving that even a coin from recent history can become a prized treasure under the right circumstances. The 1998 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia during a year when the U.S. Mint was preparing for the biggest change to the quarter design in decades. The famous state quarters program was set to launch in 1999, and because of this, a huge surge in coin production took place. The mint was working at full speed, creating millions upon millions of quarters, and this intense period of activity inadvertently gave rise to rare minting anomalies. During the mid to late 1990s, the mint was upgrading equipment, adjusting production methods, and handling enormous quantities of circulation coins. With so many moving parts and so much pressure on the mint, errors and unusual strikes became more likely. As a result, some of the quarters produced in 1998 were born with distinctive features that today make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Most people who held a 1998 P quarter never even noticed anything special about it. It circulated in pockets, wallets, cash registers, and coin jars across the country. But among these ordinary coins, a small number carried extraordinary flaws that turned them into rare collectibles worth far more than anyone could have imagined at the time. Collectors are always drawn to coins that show dramatic errors, and the 1998 P quarter offers several types of mistakes that have become highly desirable. These include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and weak strike anomalies. Each type of error adds uniqueness to the coin, and extreme examples can dramatically elevate its value. One of the most fascinating errors connected with the 1998 P quarter comes from what collectors call a pre-state quarter transition error. Because the mint was preparing to shift to a new design the following year, some dies, planchets, and equipment became misaligned or inconsistent. When these unusual conditions affected a quarter, the result was a coin that stood apart from the rest. The Philadelphia Mint, marked by the letter P, is known for producing large quantities of circulation coins. Because of this, any error that occurs there is considered rare simply because of the overwhelming volume of standard coins. When a rare piece does emerge from such a massive production run, it becomes even more valuable due to its scarcity. Another reason the 1998 P quarter has become a popular target for collectors is its role as one of the last quarters produced before the nationwide changeover to the state quarter series. This gives it a sort of final chapter status in the classic Washington quarter era, making well-preserved examples even more interesting to numismatists. Many collectors also appreciate that these coins circulated heavily. Finding a 1998 P quarter in pristine condition is challenging, as most of them spent years in active use. A near-perfect example stands out immediately, and when paired with a rare error, its value climbs dramatically. Some of the most sought-after examples show strikingly sharp double dies, especially around the lettering, the date, and the details of Washington's profile. Doubling that is strong and clearly visible makes these coins highly collectible and far more valuable than standard issues. Off-center strikes are another exciting variation. These are coins where the design is shifted noticeably to one side. When the date and mint mark remain fully visible despite the shift, collectors consider the coin especially desirable. These eye-catching errors are easy to identify and often command high interest. Die break errors also appear in some 1998 P quarters. These coins show raised lines or bumps created when the minting dies began to crack. The resulting coins take on unique characteristics that resemble veins, lightning bolts, or raised edges. Because each die crack pattern is unique, these coins become one-of-a-kind treasures. The thrill of searching for a rare 1998 P quarter lies in the fact that these coins still appear in everyday circulation. People occasionally find them in pocket change or coin rolls, and these real-life discoveries continue to inspire collectors to examine every quarter carefully. The thought that a rare treasure could be hiding in plain sight makes the hunt even more exciting. Collectors appreciate that modern era coins like the 1998 P quarter prove that valuable coins are not limited to the distant past. Even coins minted just a few decades ago can carry remarkable worth when they contain unusual and hard-to-find features. This opens the door for new collectors to join the hobby with fresh enthusiasm. The story of the 1998 P quarter also highlights how unpredictable the world of numismatics can be. A coin that appears completely ordinary may hold an extraordinary secret. This unpredictability fuels curiosity and keeps collectors searching for the next rare piece that might change everything. Many collectors believe the 1998 P quarter will continue to grow in popularity as more people learn about its potential value. With interest rising and rare examples becoming harder to find, the value of exceptional specimens naturally increases over time. Coins with dramatic errors and excellent condition are especially likely to rise in value. As years pass, the number of well-preserved rare 1998 P quarters continues to decrease. Circulation wears them down, collectors buy and store them, and some are lost altogether. This steady reduction in supply adds even greater value to the remaining rare examples. After exploring the history, mystery, and rarity of the 1998 P United States quarter dollar, we come to the question that viewers always wait for. Just how much can a rare 1998 P quarter be worth when it contains exceptional errors and is found in top condition? The answer is truly astonishing, because a verified rare example of this coin has been known to sell for as much as $60,000.